Welcome back to An Athlete's Journey. I am your host, Travis Reed. Today, on the Believe Network, today we have a special guest, a person I used to look up to as a baller growing up in California. He's another one of those California legends. We got a lot of them, folks, trust me. Especially from back then, man. He was like Jason Kidd right after Jason Kidd had, left. There wasn't a lot of 6'5" PGs out there. I would say literally there was just about two, maybe three. He was one of them. It was, I would say, J Kidd, him, and Barron. That was it. So he was a special player. Like I said, I met him. He doesn't remember when I met him. I met him a long time ago when I was 7th, 8th grade playing in the ARC League up in North Hollywood High School. And we were just talking about it. If you were a baller back then, if you was any good as a baller, you played in 2 leagues, the Victoria Park League for Slam and Jam or whatever team, or you played at the North Hollywood League. So, this player, was, like I said, played in both just like I did, but just a great player. I used to look up to him, still do. My man, Jelani Gardner, thank you for coming on the show, man.
I appreciate you having me, brother. It's an honor. Love.
Always, man. Like I said, Jelani was always one of those, like I said, run the show. He gonna run it in a pickup. He gonna be like, look, you go here, you go there, you go here, you go there. I just remember that. I was like, he gonna run it like the way he's supposed to be ran. So I've always, like I said, respected his game, respected him as a player. And so, like I said, just got mad respect for him, and like we gonna talk about his journey, how he started, how he became what he is. And now right now he going through it with his own sons. The fact that one of his son in high school is one of the top players in the country. Obviously we can announce it on the show, wherever you're going.
Okay. I'm with that.
But like I said, he's raising the next generation of hoopers, along with him being a legend himself. So his son got some big shoes to fill. So anyway, well, let's get right to it, Jelani, man. Like, how'd your basketball journey start?
I started probably playing about 4 years old. I grew up in Gardena, California, Raleigh Park. And I had a court at my house where a lot of people would come over and hoop with me and play one-on-one and whatnot. My older brother was playing. So I was playing with older people, all the way up until probably 8, 9, when I started playing youth sports in that area.
Mm-hmm.
I got my first MVP award at 9 years old.
Oh, okay. See, PC folks, he was a baller even.
I started young, so by 9, I was ready to go. I was getting the MVP playing against probably 11 and 12-year-olds. But I had that court in the driveway, and my father, to impress my father, he was, I'd be like, Daddy, look how hard I'm working. I'm sweating. He was into hard work, so he taught me how to work on my game. Basically, at 4 or 5 years old, go out there, work on your moves, and he was a big influence in my life, and he guided me to where I was.
No, I got you, man.
I played all the sports growing up.
Football, that was my next question. Were you interested in any other sports?
Yeah, I was real good at baseball growing up. Pitcher, shortstop. I played that all the way to 8th grade. Played quarterback in football. Had a cannon, big tall quarterback. So I think I probably could have chose anyone, humbly speaking, but I like to get back in basketball, man, where you didn't have to take all day to get back, fast-paced game.
Mm-hmm.
And so I fell in love with hooping in 8th grade. I kind of committed to that.
Okay, see, you could have been like Vince Young or something, man. Never know.
I could have probably done that because I could run, I had shakes, I could pass, I could throw it 50, 60 yards at like 13, 14.
See, there you go.
But I didn't understand the game the same way I understood basketball, stepping up in the pocket, all that. I just started running. Nobody was teaching me the detailed nuances of being a quarterback. So I had a better understanding of basketball. And we moved to West Covina when I was 11. And I kind of got shafted by the racism in baseball. Moved to a predominantly white area. They didn't have me on that top all-star team. But so my get back was in basketball season. I'll see y'all in basketball where I could really let you have it.
No,
and
I
nobody
got you.
stop it. You know what I'm saying?
No,
So
no, that's real. And that's 100% real, man. I got you. So obviously you grew up in the AAU, you know, the AAU time. When did you start playing in the AAU?
Well, like I told you earlier, my brother had a summer job, met Mr. Murray at Edison, and they told me about a tryout. I was just playing locally. I didn't play travel ball, but I went to a tryout and they ended up putting me on the team with Cam, Damon Ollie, Alex Lopez, those guys, and we had a hell of a team. We actually went to the Nationals and ended up losing by somebody fouling when we was up or tied. But we had a hell of a team, so it was a great experience. That kind of put me on the map with that.
Okay. Oh, so y'all went all the way to the Nationals. Okay, okay.
Yeah, we went to the championship game in New Orleans, and it was tied game. Somebody fouled, thought we were down.
Oh, see,
We ended up losing.
When we went, because I went 2 years at ARC, we lost in the national championship game. We was running up my 7th grade year. In my 8th grade year, we finished like 4th or 5th. We lost in the semifinals. But
we actually should have won that thing, man.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. Like I said, both years I thought we should have won.
I made the All-American team, so I guess that kind of solidified me going into high school. Not that it was major news or whatnot, but went to high school and ended up playing varsity as a freshman. Averaged like 18 points a game.
As a freshman?
Yeah.
Okay.
We was in the league with Mater Dei and Santa Margarita. So I played against high-level competition right off the get. Went to Bishop Amat.
I remember.
Yeah.
I actually thought about going there. I actually thought about,
I wish I would have known because I might have stayed. I didn't know everybody graduated my sophomore year. So I'm like, I got to try to win a championship, you know? So I transferred to Bosco to play with Cotton.
I remember that.
James Cotton.
Yeah. Talk about a backcourt, folks. Jelani
Gardner. A power forward then, though.
Yeah, he was, right? He was playing the big because he
into a 2-guard in college, which shows the type of character he has. But he was a workhorse power forward. I went to the 1 at Bishop. I played the 2 because my sophomore year I averaged 25.
Okay.
And then I went over there and played the 1. So that summer, went to ABCD camp. Started playing the 1 mainly because, I like to pass. So I went over there and with James, averaged 19 and 11 my junior year. We went to the semis and lost to Jock Vaughn at Pasadena High School.
Muir, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they said that was a legendary game. We went at it, but it was his time.
Yeah, because like senior year was you still at Bosco, right?
I went to Bosco. Shea started with us and he left.
And went to Mater Dei. Yeah.
So I kept the team we had and we went to the championship and beat Dominguez for the CIF championship, first championship in Bosco history.
Oh, okay.
And I was McDonald's and state player of the year that year.
Yeah, I remember that in y'all division, like Division 3 or whatever. Or was it 2? Division 2.
Two.
Yeah, so I remember that. Like, I was like, man. Well, because we used to play, you don't know this, but we used to play I played in the CYO League, Catholic Youth League. We used to play, we played a couple games in the playoffs up there, like at Bosco. Yeah, and I was like, man, this gym is proper, man. Like, I'm like, thinking about coming up here.
We had that place lit, you know what I mean? Sold out, standing room only, my senior year. But Bosco, the thing about people don't know, when I was at Bishop Amat, we was beating Bosco. And they never beat me at Bishop Amat. So I went to a school that I was beating and then turned them into a champion.
Okay.
You feel me? So it was a good move for me, I wanted to win a championship. That was my goal.
I got you. I got
And
you.
that was what made me feel like you was one of the top players in California if you win a championship. So Jock won it my junior year. Then my senior year, I won it against Kenny Bruner, Tommy Prince, Jamie Gillen, and them.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. Like I said, I was at Crenshaw, so we was in the first division. But for me, I'm a basketball head, so I was watching to see what everybody was doing.
Yeah, me too. I watched all basketball growing up.
Yeah, because I thought that at that time I was like California, like it should have been 4 that went. I always thought that it should have been yourself. Ricky Price was straight, then Tremaine and Chris. I thought all y'all should have went to the McDonald's game. Even JR,
It could have been anybody, man. All of them. I was competing against all of them. I wanted to show that I was the best out of our class in California. That's what drove me to work like that. But we went to ABCD camp that summer, and we all played on the same team.
Oh, y'all did?
Yeah, it was all Cali team. Toby went to Nike. Cam went to Nike. Me, Ricky, Toby, JR, Chris, I think, was on that team. Yep. Trey, all on the same team at ABCD.
Woo! Did y'all win it? I mean, I guess it don't really matter.
Did. We beat Stephon Marbury and them in the championship, but I got hurt where I couldn't play the whole camp. Got knee in the thigh. We went to South Carolina before for a family reunion, and Kevin Garnett, I was hooping with them and got knee. Then I got hit again at ABCD and was out after probably. I had enough time to put it down. Thank God. But yeah, it was good, man. We had a hell of a squad.
Yeah, that's cool. So obviously being a McDonald's All-American and, being the state player of the year and winning the championship, you had some high moments. What was your most memorable moment in high school?
Winning that CIF championship.
Mm-hmm.
That was the goal for me. That was the dream. So winning that, being named the McDonald's was I kind of rested because that was my goals. I accomplished my goals. And instead of like resetting my goals for college, I kind of rested and kind of started feeling myself. I didn't have that guy keeping me humble. I got started to get treated like a star. I had whatever I wanted. And I kind of got lost in that. But I had to go through those lessons to teach my boys how to handle success.
That makes sense. You got to handle success just as much as you got to handle failure. You got to handle both of them.
I had no failures.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
So
I think that was with your career, like it was probably more ups.
Up. So that's how I thought life was at the time. And God had to let me know what real life was, bro.
I got you. So obviously you're McDonald's All-American, you're probably getting recruited by everybody. What do you remember about your recruiting process, of colleges, and why did you choose Cal in the end?
I remember going to Arizona State and they showed me that, hey, I got ranked at #1 point guard in the country over Allen Iverson. And Arizona State, I liked them, but me and Bozeman had a relationship. And when it came down, I had always loved UCLA. They was my dream school too. And I was planning to go there from 8th to 9th grade, but as you get caught up in the hype, you're like, shit, I could go somewhere and do this myself. I don't have to sit and wait for nobody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At UCLA, they wanted me to play the 2 for a year. And then when Tyus left, I would have went to the 1. But at Cal, I felt like I could go there and do my thing from jump and be who I really am. But it turns out UCLA would have been a better situation because after Tyus left, Toby, Charles, JR, they had the horses. They needed that dimer. Cameron Dollar was a great player, but I feel like I could have filled that role too and really got them.
Oh, yeah, man.
Hell
yeah, man. Yeah, man. Y'all have been a hell of a team too.
Yeah, I think I would have helped them once they left and we would have been able to maintain it. They needed the shooting and they needed the creation. And I would have provided that and it would have been perfect for me. But I went to Cal and we had a good thing building. Like I've always been the type to try to build my own stuff rather than go somewhere that's already built. Like I'm a business owner. I'm like, I do my own thing, kind of. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, shit, I'm gonna go to Cal with Tremaine, Tony, and then my other boy Jeff Dayton went there, and we're gonna beat UCLA. Hey, that's what I was thinking.
And the
But
funny thing, I was
yeah,
at the game when y'all beat UCLA at UCLA freshman year. I was at that game.
it was lit, wasn't it?
Oh my God, that was the most hyped game I had seen a whole year.
Channel 2, boy. Yeah, we was competing. You know what I'm saying? We had a little rivalry going, so shit, I was ready. We did our thing, Trey balled out, and we had a squad over there. But we probably had a young leader who didn't know how to put it all together. We had hella talent my sophomore year, but I got diagnosed with the kidney disease my sophomore year. So I played through that, but I should have redshirted. So shit changed right from that moment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's when I was introduced to God.
Oh, that was when? Your sophomore year?
I didn't believe in God before. I thought it was me. You know what I mean? So God had to introduce and save me before I went to the NBA thinking it was me and been lost forever.
Man, that's a heck of a story. I tell you, like God, like I always say, God, if you thinking it's you, God will humble you and show you why you need him.
So I raised my boys understanding that God is everything from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
We pray before games. We thank him after games. It's not you, it's all God. God had blessed me without me even choosing him. Mm-hmm. But I wasn't smart enough to take his invitation to Bible study like they invited me. I had to go through a whole transition of going to the bottom back up. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. A whole transition of me as a person, my spirit.
No, I got you.
So I was arrogant and I lost, but I was on top. So he had to let me know this ain't what it's about. It's about, you know, helping other people, being humble, you know, all that. I thought it was about, you know, hanging out, girls and flossing money. I was lost. You know what I mean?
Right. All right. Now, what would you say was the hardest thing about college from like high school, you know?
I'm not trying to be arrogant, but when I went to college, I didn't have no problem with the basketball side of it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like, damn, I'm in college, I'm struggling. I was balling I was able to do my thing from day one, you know what I mean?
No, I got
third game against Cincinnati on TV, I had like, I think 18 and 7, and you know what I mean? I never had a confidence thing, you know, I was arrogant. So I was like, shit, it's just like playing at UCLA or whatever. Mm-hmm, you know, I'm gonna go out here and hoop. But I had got lost in the other stuff off the court. I was disciplined in high school. I was real straight, narrow work. But then in college, I lost my way. And God had to reel me back in. Okay. You know what I mean? So that's where I made my mistake. So try to teach my boys all those lessons so they could be successful all the way through.
No, that makes sense, man. That makes a hell of a lot of sense, man. I always want our kids to be better than what that's the good thing about life lessons you can teach. Like, okay, this is where I was good.
This is my journey, man.
Yeah.
He let me go through all that and see all that so I can guide them through it.
No, it makes sense, man. It makes a lot of sense.
He's gonna give us everything we lost on the back end.
Heck yeah. You was
he
at
didn't really take it from me. You know, it made it look like he took the NBA from me and what I could have been, but he gave it back to me through my seeds, and they gonna be able to do more than I did. So that's how good God is.
No,
when he had to teach me that lesson, I didn't lose it forever. You know what I mean? I just get to experience it in a different way.
And I think they're gonna appreciate it. Like they're gonna appreciate it so much more because that you could tell them like this is, you know, if you don't, this could happen or whatever the case is.
That's why they are where they are. You know what I mean? Because I taught them how to play high level basketball, not just running and jumping. You know what I'm saying? I knew what was coming. You know what I mean? So they high IQ players that could help a college win a championship.
See, there you go. You're gonna be like everybody. He gonna be like the ball dad, LeVar Ball.
No, I'm gonna be low profile.
Oh, okay.
I am supportive of my kids, and I will fight for them. You know what I mean? But I'm not trying to, it ain't about me at all.
No, I got you. I just meant like having multiple kids.
Yeah, that is relative. And
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I met with him and hung out with him. He's a real cool dude.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't really like to see people who support their kids like this. They want it to be where they can come in and manipulate the situation. So they don't really want the dads to be involved who know what's going on, because you can't take advantage of nobody.
Right. No, it makes sense. So you was at Cal for, was it 1 year or 2 years? 2 years. And then you transferred to Pepperdine, right?
Right.
And so after you transferred to Pepperdine, right, what would you say, I guess, for the total, because you did all 4 years of college, right?
5 with the transfer.
Yeah, with the transfer, yeah.
Yeah.
And what would you say your greatest triumph was in college, and then your greatest failure was?
My greatest failure was losing my way at Cal, not having the discipline to maintain where I was going. But I didn't have anybody, I didn't have God to guide me. I was trying to do it by myself, so flesh falls short. But my greatest triumph was after I left Cal, they put me on steroids and all type of medication to try to save my kidneys. But I had to revamp my body from that. The game went up to 225. I had to get all my body back to 205, get back into shape, muscle, and be able to play at Pepperdine. And I was able to perform at a high level. But I became a man of character during that time. You know what I'm saying? Learned how to play real basketball, learned how to be a leader, and learned how to play to win more than put on a show, so to speak. You know, I just became a man to where I could have a career after that. So.
No, that makes sense. Is that would you say that was your biggest lesson that you learned in college?
My biggest lesson was, learning what God wanted from me and giving him everything. You know, first I was living for myself and living for fame and glory. So God had to tell me, teach me what it was about. So I went through a metamorphosis in college. The guy at Cal was all top, but he really wasn't, didn't have no substance. He was doing things for the wrong reasons. Then by the time I'm playing at Pepperdine, I'm a different person. You know what I'm saying?
No, I got you. That makes a heck of a lot of sense too, Jelani, man.
Yeah.
That's real. So after, you have obviously, a good college career, right? How was that process of your next journey to professionalism?
I went to the draft, man. I went to Chicago. I got invited to the draft because they didn't know I had a kidney problem.
Okay.
So they was really intrigued with me being 6'6" point guard and being able to score and all that. They liked me a lot of NBA, but I couldn't pass the physical because my kidneys was at 40% function by the time I left Pepperdine. I was playing at half power, doing what I was doing.
Wow.
So basically, when I got diagnosed as a sophomore, we waiting for the kidneys to fail. They went down slow, so I'm a time bomb waiting to have a kidney transplant.
Man.
So I went to the draft and I couldn't pass the blood or the physical. So they never crossed my name off, but I still had like 8 workouts. So some people knew, some people didn't know, but I knew that I wasn't gonna get drafted because I can't pass a physical.
Ah, wow. Okay.
So that's what I was dealing with. I would have got drafted because I had lunches with GMs. But I couldn't pass the physical. So I said, rather than go to a camp and it be on TV or something, let me go overseas and try to keep playing. I went to Israel my first year out.
Okay.
And my body was going through different things with the kidney not functioning, but I was still able to perform. And I ended up leaving there because somebody said the Lakers wanted me, knowing I can't pass the physical, came back home anyway. Ended up in the CBA and did well there. Had another 10, 12, 15 workouts that summer. But I'm just going to have fun, man. I can't go nowhere with this.
Wow, okay.
The second year, I ended up going to Germany. And then by the third year, my mother was like, you need to go get a test to see where you at. I went to go get a test. They put me on dialysis right then and there.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
So I couldn't play. I had another offer to go to Paris, and I couldn't take the job. Had to stay home and start the kidney transplant process.
Mm. Yeah. The
My
funny.
mother was a match. She gave me a transplant in 3 months. I was on dialysis for 3 months. She gave me a transplant. I started going to the gym as soon as I got out the hospital. By that year I was out, I met my wife in church in West Covina. She was visiting from Paris.
Oh, she was visiting from Paris. How ironic is that, man? That's crazy.
That's God, man. God is all in my life. So we sat in the same row. I was with my first son, who I had a girlfriend from college.
Mm-hmm.
And we met, and she couldn't really speak English, didn't know her way around. I just pick her up. We'll chill every day, to a point where my dad was like, Jay, I can't keep taking care of you, something. And I'm like, man, you know that feeling. I couldn't take care of myself right after the kidney transplant. I went upstairs, cried to God. And the next morning they called me with a job offer in France. Injury replacement, 3 months. And I'm just right off the kidney transplant. So my money went from 20,000 a month to 2,500.
Mm.
But I had to work my way back up. So then my wife came to LA. I went to France. She stayed with my parents. And then when she flew back, she moved in with me in France. But I committed to God. So I told her, I can't do nothing with you. Because my life was on the line by week 3. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely,
God
definitely.
blessed me with a 29-point game, 7 rebounds. Like, that game kept my career going. We got married that year in France. The next year in France, Jazz was born in France.
Man.
We've been married 20 years. Jazz is 18 now, and Jai was born the next year in Arizona. We bought a house out there, and he was born there, and I played till 37 with that kidney.
Wow. So you play even with a bad kidney, because you didn't have to go to dialysis out there in Europe, did you? Or
Once
did
you
you?
get the kidney transplant, you don't need dialysis, but you're on all type of medication.
Yeah, yeah.
But by my second year, I led France in scoring. The year Jazz was born.
With a
And
with a brand new kidney, man. That's crazy.
well, my mother's 53-year-old kidney. My kidneys don't work. I got her one kidney working my body.
Man, that's crazy, man. That is ain't nothing but a blessing, man. I tell you that,
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
I can't
Yes.
take no credit. That kidney could have went in there and not worked. I could have died. My boy B. Camper passed during the transplant recently. So when I got that kidney from my mother, I knew I was supposed to be here.
Mm-hmm.
So when I went and played again, like I had a purpose. I knew that if I wasn't supposed to be here playing against you and killing you, God could have easily took me out. You know what I mean?
No, it's real. I mean,
So I had a different fire. You feel me?
mm-hmm. No,
And it was
that's real.
almost too much because I wanted to dominate that in my second run.
No, I hear you, man. Like I take it from a person who know, because my mom was on dialysis for like 12 years.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
sorry that too, bro. I remember
yeah,
when
yeah. Yeah, man. So
I'm
I
on,
know
I'm on
I
9 years now because after I finished playing, my kidney failed. So
oh,
I'm back
okay.
on dialysis. I need another kidney. So that's where I'm at right now.
I hear you, man.
I've been on probably 9 years, 4 in the morning, 5 days, 4 days a week.
Oh, wow. So yeah,
Haven't
no.
missed a day.
Trust me, I know. I know about all that, man. Like I remember doing that, picking her up, taking her there, all that shit. So I remember that, man. I know how the dialysis life is. So
So yeah, I'm raising my boys, coaching and doing all that on dialysis. By the grace of God, he gives me the strength to do that. A lot of people can't move.
no, you're right, man. Like I
And
said,
I
like
go through my trials and get sick, go to the hospital, but God is good, man. I'm still up and still moving, but I need that kidney
no, I hear
now.
you, man. I hear you. You know what I'm saying? Like you played, what was it, 14 years overseas?
Yeah,
Uh
13.
13, 14. Like I said, off, with the kidney, man. That that's strength, man. That's straight up strength, man, for real. You know?
I appreciate it, but he give me the power. I got the desire, but he give me the strength. So
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
can't take, Without him helping me and covering me, I wouldn't have been able to do that.
No, I got you. You know, besides your wife, because that's too easy, what was the best thing about playing overseas? You know, what was the best thing about it?
I got a worldly education. I've been all over the world through that basketball, but I got to see different people, meet different people, understand the world is bigger than just the United States. So I'm world traveled, you know what I mean?
No,
And
definitely.
I got a different intellect about the world than most people probably would have.
No, definitely. Because you played in you played in Israel, you played in France. Where else did you play overseas in Europe?
Germany, Australia, Russia, Slovenia, England,
Oh, so you've been all over. Yeah, yeah.
Cyprus, Greece, shit, you know,
Just
all
no,
over.
I hear you,
I
man.
had two of them fully stamped.
No, yeah, I have
And then
one.
I got my French passport for my wife at 30.
Oh, yeah, because you married
So
in France, right?
we
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
all have dual citizenship, my boys and me.
Okay,
So my
okay.
boys play on the French national team, and if they don't make the NBA, they can go overseas as a European.
Oh, that's a man. That's a hell of a backup plan because you can go overseas as a European player, man. You know,
Yeah,
still get that real money and like you can play forever, pretty much.
yeah. I was thinking about God gave me a vision for my boys a long time ago. So I called him big at 3, 4 years old. And knew he was gonna be big. You know what I mean?
I
He was a
got you.
big baby too, but you know,
Nah,
Jai, the little one, is more like me. He's a point guard. He's
okay,
six
okay.
three as a sophomore. He probably gonna be 6'6", 6'7". And he was born with the juice, the blessing.
Yeah, I
So
got you, man.
he coming up last. And
Okay, okay.
Jazz at the table, you know, we just trying to create some financial wealth for our family so they don't have to work for nobody when they finish playing basketball.
So when did you know when to hang it up?
At 37, that kidney started, you know, I started feeling less power, body aches, whatnot. And the coach was working us, overworking us, so I didn't even want to go to practice. And I love basketball and practice, man. I live for it. So when I didn't want to go to practice because the way my body was feeling, I knew it was over. And I had to get home to my boys to start their journey.
Okay, I got you, man.
You know, I
So,
couldn't play till 40 and then they 10 years old. Now I missed the crucial years of teaching them the fundamentals from a youth, you know what I mean?
no, that makes sense. That makes a heck of a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? That
So
makes a heck of
as
a lot of
soon as
sense.
I retired, I dedicated my life to not only my boys, but kids, period. Trying to bless kids with the knowledge and the know-how to try to not only just with basketball, but just be men of character and have a good life, knowing how to live and how to treat people, everything that I learned through God,
No, I hear you, man. That's
using
true.
basketball as a tool. So that's what I do.
No, it is a tool, you know?
Yeah.
So how was your transition like after basketball?
I went back to Bosco and I started as an assistant coach there. The next year I got a head coaching job in high school. That year I started my own business, Jag Basketball. All of our initials are JAG. And just been coaching and doing my own program from there. Now I've been lied on and been fired for no reason, all type of stuff. But you know, God has been good. Different things happen for different reasons. And I trust God in the good and bad, man. If I get fired from a job from somebody lying on me, God don't want me to be there no more. You know what I mean? He allowed that to happen. So, you know, that's what happened. I might have had a plan, but he always has the better plan.
No, I
I've
got you,
been
man.
fired from a job after taking a team to the playoffs that hadn't been there in 10 years. And I got down on my knee and prayed in the office while they fired me, telling God I trust him. And he been good to me and he took care of me all the way through. You know, so now it seems like, you know, we're on the other side now and we just want to keep our head down and keep working.
Man, like I said, man, that's a heck of a thing, man. That's real. What would be your like best advice, obviously for your sons coming up, like say he wants to go play college and then professional. What's your best advice for him?
You got to be fanatical about the work. You know what I mean? If you want to live this life, it's going to take a commitment, getting up, running, coming back, lifting weights, working on your footwork, jump rope, going to shoot, going to hoop. It's just a lifestyle. So that's what you want to do, and you got a passion for it. And then the other component is how you treating people and living off the court. I teach them to respect everybody. You ain't no better than nobody else because you've been blessed to play this game. Treat people with respect, stay humble, be kind, all that type of stuff. Don't be out here manipulating women. You know what I mean? Treat everybody with respect. Live a godly life and you'll be blessed. You work hard and live a good life, you'll be blessed. That's simple. That's what I teach them.
Yeah, man. See, that's what all fathers should tell their sons, man, straight up, that's a blessing, man. Like I said, well, Jelani, man, like I said, I appreciate you coming on and telling your story, man, how you grew up, how everything's going now. Got one more question for you. We ask everybody, at some point of our careers or our lives, we all go through low points, and for your situation, which you didn't really have too many lows, when you did go through your low point, what helped you or who helped you to get out of it? Was it, obviously God, was it God and family? Was it just you and God, or, how did you get out of it?
I went through a low point. My first low point was at Cal. I came in there with confidence and I failed in an early season game. Took the game winner and airballed it like Kobe did. But at that point, I didn't know how to self-reflect. You know what I mean? I never had no negative article in the paper, so I didn't really know how to deal with it. I'm taking it personal. But as I got older and then you're a professional, you got to look at yourself in the mirror and be honest with yourself. When my son doesn't play well or doesn't do something, I tell him the truth on, we got to work on it. That's what it comes down to. Look at yourself, and you're going to need that throughout your life. Right now, I got to look at myself now and make some changes to be able to get this kidney and go to another level of life. Being able to look in the mirror, reflect, and be honest with yourself and be a man and say, yo, I got to get better at this. I got to change this. I need to do this better. I got to do better at this. I got to be on time. I got to put more time in. That type of stuff, self-reflection is what the key to life is in my eyes. Because that's how you grow. You only grow during the negative times in life. And if you can't self-reflect and be honest during them negative times, how you gonna grow?
Okay. That makes a lot of sense, man. That makes a hell of a lot of sense.
I taught my boys how to look at yourself in the mirror, and I've been honest with them the whole time. So ain't no sugarcoating over here. You gotta be honest. You're gonna go to college and you're gonna get your ass handed to you in practice. Look at yourself, what you need to do, go to the gym earlier, work harder, and conquer. But if you over here making excuses saying, oh, this so-and-so, you ain't blaming people, you're going to keep on failing.
No, I definitely agree with you on that, man. I definitely agree with you on that. Like you said, self-reflection and seeing where you can improve yourself as a player, man, individual, all that. It all makes sense, man. It makes a lot of sense,
That's what life is about, man.
Yep.
There's nobody telling you at your age what you need to do to get better. You got to look at yourself. And if you lying to yourself, blaming this and that, you won't get better.
That's very true. That is so true.
So that's what, in my eyes, makes a real man. A real man can make a mistake and apologize to a man and deal with it like a man. Me missing your show or being late on your show, that's my fault, and I apologize for that. As a man,
People don't know it, what I'm saying? People don't know, but No,
but I just want to give an example of being a real man. I apologize. Even though I'm on dialysis, I'm not making no excuses.
No.
I made a commitment to your show. I should have remembered and been on time as a man. That's the type of man I want to be. That's the type of man I want to create. So I got to be that example. You know what I mean? I don't come at you like, yo, whatever, bro. I'm late, whatever. I mean, I'm not trying to big time nobody. I appreciate you putting me on your show. So I apologize for my wrongdoing to you as a man. You know what I mean? I think that's what makes a real man, taking responsibility for your mistakes, owning up. And, you know, a lot of people run from it. I meet men today that run from conflict or real conversations. And I believe my father created me to be a real man, dog. Take it head on and deal with the consequences as a man. Don't run from it like a coward. I try to be a man. You know what I mean? When I got to go to the hospital, when I'm sick, I got to take that shit head on. Ain't nobody going to do this for me. Yeah, I got to go through this.
No, I hear you, man. I hear you. Like I said, you're gonna be good too, bro. I promise you. God got you. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be good. I
trust it, man. I believe in it.
Yeah, you're gonna be good too.
I've been waiting till he say, yeah, but he's waiting for me to make some changes. I know it in my spirit. I can't be the same man I was all through my 20s and my 40s and 50s because he got something for me to do and I can't be that same person. But now I'm in a rut and I got to get out of it. So I put myself in the rut. I got to get myself out.
Nah, you're right, man. 100%, man. Well, like I said, thank you, Jelani, man. I appreciate you coming on the show, bro. Man, like, you know, let everybody know where they can find you. And, you know, if, you know, they want to train, if they want to see your son play, whatever the case is, let everybody know, man. Oh.
My little baby girl, Jade, I got twins.
Oh, hello.
Hey, hi, Jade. Hey, real girly. But I'm on Twitter. I said you're a pretty girly.
Why you call us the same name?
No, I didn't say your name, baby. Stay cool. She got my personality, man. She ready to go. Nah, I'm on Twitter at JGard, Jelani G32. I'm sure you can find me on there, man. I'm on there doing a lot of promotions for my boys, putting them out there or whatnot. Facebook, Jelani Gardner, Instagram, Jelani G32, something like that. You can find me. But yeah, I'm on social media, but I really use it for my boys to show their life promotion and show other kids how they can go from jazz at 8 years old at 5'11" to jazz at 7'1" by seeing how we work and how we live. Showing people the grind. I know it's a lot of haters out there, but I want people to see how we do it. Some people can get motivated or use it as an example. So that's why I do it.
No, I got you. You know, like I said, that's why I wanted people to, because what I see motivation for the next generation, as well as people, you know, older people or whatever. Like,
you know,
it's a motivation of the grind. Like the grind don't stop, never stop, won't stop. So you got to be willing.
You can see it from 8 years old all the way up through now, man, and see how the work started and how they look now, and see the drills we did and all of that. And also www.jazzgardner.com. We got Jazz got his own t-shirts online. If you want to support my oldest son, he's gonna be making his college decision. He just came down with 8 schools. I think it's USC, Texas Tech, Kansas, UCSB, Pepperdine, St. Mary's, and Missouri. I think that's 8.
Yeah. Well, hey, like I said, man, you know, if you wanted to make that announcement, it's all good.
Come down to the school, man, and film it because he's planning on signing late.
Oh, he's going to do a late signing like during the season?
He got more visits to take, and he doesn't even know where he wants to go yet because he got to see everything.
No, hey, trust me, man. I hear you, man. For me, you know, I didn't sign till basically after the season, my senior year.
Yeah,
you know, like March. I just signed to like March. You know, to UCLA.
That's what he's gonna do. And if they love you, they'll be there. If they're not, then it's not meant to be.
No, agreed. Well, like I said, thank you, Jelani, man. We appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? You can follow me at Travis W. Reed on Instagram, Travis W. Reed on Facebook as well. I post all my social media, and I will keep y'all posted on when I'm gonna post Jelani, man. It's probably gonna be really soon because, man, you know, you can't have Cali legends wait too long. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got to put them up, put them in front of the line. You know, so. Like I said, thank you. Please like, share, subscribe. This will also be on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, also on YouTube. You know, like, share, subscribe to the channel, An Athlete's Journey. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate all the love for everybody who does and who keeps listening and continues to listen. Like I said, man, his journey is a great one. Y'all, we need to, you know what I'm saying, listen to the lesson, what he's talking about. All right, y'all.
I'm
Talk
proud
to
of you,
you.
little bro. You look good on TV, man. You're gonna do good with this.
I
You do
appreciate it,
well.
man.
Good
Like I
question,
said.
man. We support you, man. Maybe you could bring the boys on in the future or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever I could do to support you, I'm here for you, bro.
Yeah, let me know whenever they want to come on. I mean, I'll definitely bring them on, man. Like, it's for, like, I'll be 100% honest and not even gashing you up, man. Like, people like yourself, Chris, JR, Toby, Tremaine folks, all those guys, I looked up to y'all. I just remember y'all stories, man. And so I was like, man, like, I feel like if you don't make it to the NBA or whatever the case is, your story get lost. So I'm just trying to get everybody's stories who need stories to be told, you know what I'm saying? Like yourself.
I love all of them dudes, man. We used to go at it and we was competitors, but shit, we almost 50 years old now. It's all
That's
love.
what I'm saying. Like the
I
younger
just saw
people
Trey
need to
last
know.
weekend reffing. Toby
Yeah,
and
Tremaine.
me and him talk. Yeah, me and him were talking. When he was an agent, he just got out. But I follow JR on Facebook and him in Japan, I think it is. So Ricky's in North Carolina doing his thing. I haven't talked to him, but I played against Ricky in France when we were in the late 20s, I think.
Okay.
We
Yeah,
met
see,
again.
that's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah, it's
Like,
all love, man.
yeah,
It's
it's
all love.
all love. Like, I feel like, you know, like just all these stories need to be told to the next generation.
That's a
People
beautiful
like
thing, man. Yeah, I love to hear their stories as well.
And so that's why I do it. That's exactly why I do it, for that. So, like I said, let me know. You know, whenever you want to bring your son on, like I said, I definitely interview both of them. It's all good, you know.
It's love, bro. We'll keep in touch. Let me know when you're gonna post it.
All right, we'll do.
All right, my brother. Be blessed.
You too.